Hey, what's going on? All right, what's up, fam? This is Big Kaz, 210 Hoods Movement. Uh, Today I just want to talk about Tupac again, man. This is gonna be part two. Uh, I have other videos, you know, in my channel. If you want to check it out, like the other parts of Tupac that I'm talking about. This is just a continuation. Uh, so I'm just going off back from other video I had made. So just bear with me, and I appreciate that. So what I got out so far is that we all know that there's a lot of controversy going on right now with Tupac, right? Alive or there's a lot of people saying that he's alive, that he's dead. So I know all this information is going back and forth. I'm not sure if y'all heard about this, but hear me out on this one. There's this story. I'm not sure if it's true or false, right? There was this cab driver who found a tape in his car and decided to check it out when he went home, right? So there's this cab driver uh, that was taking this one guy, and he looked at him. He kind of looked nervous and shit. You know what I mean? He said he was sweating, and so he was driving, and he told that cab driver, "All right, right here, drop me off right here." So he was like, wanted to just get the fuck out of the car. So he drops him off, right? And then after that, he went straight home, decided to clean the car. So when he went to the back seat, he found this tape, right? So he saw it and he was like, well, fuck, man. Well, I'll just take it to work tomorrow, and because they have a lost and found. So he ended up take it inside, and then, he was chilling inside, taking a shower or whatnot. And then, excuse me, his wife got a hold of it, and she checked it out. She put it in, and what she saw was what she saw. She was like, what she saw. Excuse me for that. What she saw was freaked her out. So what she did was like when he got out of the shower, she was like, "Hey, you need to check out this tape that you found in the car." They was like, "Nah, don't worry about it. It's just a movie or whatnot." She was like, "No, you need to check this out." So he checked it out, and what he saw, he freaked out as well. So he mentioned that he saw that all this video occurred inside a garage, right? In a garage. So there was two cars, two a black BMW that went in, and then there was and the first black BMW was kind of like a station wagon, black Beamer. Jimmy Jimmy was in there with some other guy, some other black male, and then in the other car there was Suge Knight and Tupac. I don't know if it was Tupac or the Tupac look-alike. Because remember there was an imposter. You know what I mean? A look-alike that Tupac had to fake his death. So anyhow, and what he saw in the video was that they got out, they were talking, and then Jimmy got back in his car with that other male, and they left out of view. They left out of view, out of the tape, and then it shows Suge shooting Tupac inside the car one time, and on his right hand, and then so with his left hand, Tupac or the imposter tried to open the door because he was in the passenger side, and then that's when Suge went around and shot him a few more times, and then grabbed Tupac or the imposter, put him in the back seat of the car, and then they bounced. And when they were leaving, Frank Alexander, which is Tupac's bodyguard was, and all their other guys that were outside the gate. So when they went through, when they came out of the gate, they just followed them behind them. So I don't know if that's what all they saw in that video. So I don't know if that was true, if they found if that video story was true or not. But if you know anything about that story, please comment below and let me know, so we can figure out if that's true or not. You know what I'm saying? And besides that, anyhow, and before, there was a video about Frank Alexander that he made a statement that he said that they left Shook's house. The whole group went to Shook's house, right, first, but they didn't go through the gate. This is what Frank Alexander saying. He said, I'm going off on this tape too, because it kind of adds up. Because he said they waited for Suge and Pac outside the gate. When Suge and Pac came out of the gate, another BMW black 850 station wagon also came through the gate as well. So when they came out of the gate, Tupac and Suge, another fucking uh, black BMW came out of there. Just like in that video, they said there was two black BMWs. One was like a station wagon 850, and Suge and Tupac. And then Frank's also saying that he's seen another black BMW coming out of the gate as well. So he said he saw Suge and Pac in one car and Jimmy and another person in another black BMW. So the stories kind of linked together, if you ask me. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. Just let me know what you know what you think about that. So okay, remember Tupac. I'm gonna jump to this other information I got. So like if I go off, just bear with me, and you know what I'm saying. I'll go back to it again, but just bear along with me in regards to the story. All right. So remember, Tupac was going to leave death row and make his own euthanasia record label, like Machiavelli, right? And where he goes, Tupac was already working with No Limit on the cool while he was with death row. Because check this out, after Tupac had died, supposedly had died, where did Snoop Dogg end up? With No Limit, remember? He went down south to No Limit. And he goes, Suge Knight owed Tupac cash and also wanted Tupac to run Death Row East. But even though Tupac knew he was going to, even though Tupac knew he was going to fake his death, he just went along with Suge Knight's plan. Tupac knew he had to fake his death because he knew Suge was going to try to kill him or have him killed. Like I said, after Tupac supposedly had died, he was using other frontman rappers on No Limit to send out his messages in the start. Then he started using a lot of other frontman rappers throughout the years. And check out my other Tupac videos, and I mentioned what other rappers he used as frontmen before I forget. Like that song he made, I'll Never Call You Bitch Again. Check this one out. He made a song called Never Call You Bitch Again. And what does the first letters of each word spell out? Goes, I'll never. That freaked me out too, you know what I'm saying? So check this out. Tupac said before he died that the only way for him to come back is by Machiavelli. That's it. He also said, all these motherfuckers stole from me. I'm taking back what's mine. He said, I'm taking back what's mine. Laughing, you motherfuckers can't stop me. Even if I die, I'm going to be a fucking problem. That's what he mentioned. Okay. Let's see. He also mentioned, "Do you believe in ghosts, motherfuckers? Real life black ghosts? Some say I'm crazy. These." That's what he was saying in regards to, in an interview. Um, the reason that this Tupac ordeal was so complicated is because Tupac had his own people helping him fake his own death. Right? Tupac had his own people. Suge Knight had his own entourage, his own people, and then you had yeah, he goes his death while Suge had his own entourage helping Suge trying to kill Tupac. So that's all this information is hard to follow because there's so many sides to the story. You have you have Tupac's side, Suge Knight's side, the FBI side, the Illuminati side, which is the COINTELPRO, and then you got LAPD, Las Vegas PD. You got so many fucking stories going out there, man. That's why it's so complicated because there's stories here, and then you got the thugs, the people on the artists, in the rap game stories. I mean, so you know what I'm saying? It's kind of hard to follow, man. But you just really got to do some digging and connect the dots. You know what I'm saying? So all these stories make it complicated. But I did some digging and I kicking over some rocks and found out my story, which I believe is pretty accurate. I have made some other videos of Tupac, so please bear with me. So if you like, check out my other videos to really understand my perspective and information I have gotten into enlighten everyone about Tupac's story. All right. Uh, Here's some other information I would like to address. Remember when Suge got Tupac out of jail with a $1 million bond? And part of that agreement was he needed to make 3 albums for Suge Knight, right? He goes, he'll get him out of bail, he'll make that bail, uh, but he would need to make 3 albums. So Suge, that's why he recorded and worked his ass off and made the 3 albums in 1 year, man. Who does that? People barely do 1 album in a year, man. You know, and if they work hard, they get 2. But he did 3 in 1 fucking year, man. Also, he met that one cat by the name of Devon Brown, I think his name was, who looked like him and was dying of AIDS, right? He was dying of AIDS. So since Tupac wanted to fake his death, he knew he had a limited time because he didn't know how long Devon had to live since he had AIDS. And remember also that Tupac had met Devon and asked him if he would assist him in helping to fake his death. Tupac offered Devon a substantial amount of cash for exchange for his life. And Tupac told Devon, since you're dying of AIDS, you can take care of your family with all this money since your life is done. And apparently he agreed to it. You know what I mean? He knew he was going to die pretty soon. He already had AIDS. You know what I'm saying? So all this had to put Tupac in a time schedule. So he knew he had to hurry and fake his death. And let me see. Devon Brown, the Tupac lookalike that took Tupac's spot at the hospital. If that dude Devon Brown didn't, if people are having controversy like, nah, that was Tupac in the hospital or whatnot. If Devon Brown had to have taken spot because they never heard of him after that. Supposedly he had died September the 20th. That's what his obituary in his obituary it says when he died September 20th. They just made up that date. What's up, babe? Subscribe to your channel. What is it called? Okay, hold on, babe. I'm in the middle of a video. And I did some researching, and supposedly he died on September the 20th, 1996, with no evidence or pictures on how he died. It just says the day he apparently died. Now, that's pretty crazy if you ask me. So, You know he swapped places with Tupac. Also, Tupac's bodyguard Alexander even mentioned that Suge Knight had something to do with Tupac's death. Alexander mentioned that he did some digging and found out some dirt on Suge and knew Suge had something to do with him trying to murder Pac. Why else do you think they killed Frank Alexander? Alexander was finding out more and more information about Tupac's death. He also said they haven't charged Suge yet because there were 17 cops involved who didn't want to testify against Suge Knight. Fucking cops, man. There were 17 cops that didn't want to testify against Suge. And here's another thing I found out while I was doing some research. You have to ask yourself, why did they fake his Tupac's autopsy picture? Why did they fake it? And then why is the death certificate or the information they wrote in regards to Tupac is wrong? Like his height, his weight, all that shit. Why did they cremate him so fast and no one has seen him dead? No one's ever seen him dead. You know, they didn't even have a burial. I know why. Because he's not dead. There's also a picture with Tupac and Rihanna together. Rihanna was around 8 years old when Tupac supposedly died. 8. Yeah, maybe they could have photoshopped it, but I seriously doubt it. You know? And there's this guy by the name of Mac the Messenger, right? Excuse me. Mac the Messenger Tupac and took some pictures of him. But before he could make it back, he was stopped by the Cuban police and they confiscated all his pictures. But before that, Mac found out that they knew that he was here, so Mac sent whatever pictures and info he could to his resources here in the United States. He mentioned, I hope it reaches you and you can out the message out to the world. There's a lot of videos out here there on social media where you see Tupac alive. So let me know how you feel about Tupac and if you think if he's alive, if he's in Africa, because supposedly he has children, he's married, you know what I'm saying, and he's in Africa and he's out there chilling, man, and using all these frontmen rappers as the frontman while he's making the music and while he's expressing it, while he's the rapper, you know what I'm saying, and there's videos out there that show him 45, 47-year-old Pac, man. I'm telling you. But I'll be making another part 3 on this video and see what other else information I could get for y'all. But until next time, man, this is Big Cass with 210 Hoods Movement. One love.